So hello, everyone. It's your boy Big Ghost Rider here, man. How y'all doing, man? How is everyone doing? I want to say happy Thursday to everyone. I'm glad you guys could be with me this morning. You know what I'm saying? I want to apologize, guys, about the background. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to stand up and do it, man. It's kind of cold out here in Connecticut. I want to apologize about the background. I am in the park, though. You know what I'm saying? And I just wanted to make sure that you guys get, I get a good connection and you guys could really see me with the content that I'm bringing. Because I think this content is so important. You know what I'm saying? And even though I don't value my opinion as much as others value my opinion, but it's a lot of people who value my opinions on things that relate to the politics and law. So I just want to make sure I'm able to deliver the content, you know what I'm saying? Some great content with some great analysis, thought provoking, you know what I'm saying? In a beautiful environment, but you guys have to be able to see the pictures. So we still working on that in Connecticut, me finding the right spot. If you guys don't know, the tour is going to end with the New York City. So we're going to start doing those New York City tours towards the end of this month. But right now we're in Connecticut. We're going to remain in Connecticut for the time being, baby. And we got some information to go over this morning. Look, I've never done a live stream on Jeffrey Epstein. Never done a live stream with that his name in the title. A lot of people come in the stream and they want to talk about it, but I just feel like he a dead child molester. But it is important that the victims get justice, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna start sit down, guys, and I'll pop up in just a second. If you guys have not liked the video, I want to start off by saying I ask that you double tap the screen for me, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys hit that notification bell. We talking about AG Bondi, man. You know what I'm saying? The pressure that she's under, I believe, from multiple sides. You know what I'm saying? I think she's under pressure from President Trump to prosecute people. I think she's under pressure from MAGA, her side people, you know what I'm saying, to deliver something on the Jeffrey Epstein file. So we're going to talk about that this morning. Good morning, Miss Ann. If you have not liked the video, y'all double tap the screen for me, please. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all hit that notification bell. Let's get started. Our news source is ABC News, and it was published on October the 7th, just a couple days ago. Ashkwana, good morning. How are y'all doing? If y'all have not liked the video, please double tap the screen for your boy Ghost Rider. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all hit that notification bell. I'm just trying to make sure my picture is clear. So if my picture is not clear, guys, y'all please let me know, okay? Make sure it's not your Wi-Fi, okay? Good morning, Miss Sandra. Good morning from Alabama. Alabama in the house. Y'all stand up. You said, why am I in the woods? I'm at a gorgeous park. A very gorgeous park, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I was just saying, if you go back and rewind to the beginning of the content, you know what I'm saying? I want to make sure the signal is clear. So that's why I'm out here. You know what I'm saying? I came out here to stream, at the lake, as I did yesterday. If you've been following the We the People tour, that's what I do all the time. You know what I'm saying? But yesterday I had complaints and I went back and viewed the content and it wasn't that clear. So I had to come forward out from as much by the mountain, but still, you know what I'm saying, trying to bring you guys that same flavor. Let's go ahead and get into the news, guys. Republicans, independents, and Democrats, y'all are all welcome in the stream. I see Sandra talking about the University of Alabama and the University of Auburn, but this morning we're talking about President Donald Trump's tightening grip over the Justice Department to target his political opponents and lawmakers, increasing calls for the release of more files from federal investigations into deceased. The magic word, guys, is deceased sex offender Jeffrey Epstein took stage at a contentious Senate hearing Tuesday for Attorney General Pam Bondi. That's what we're talking about, that Senate hearing. Malachi, good morning. It's the LGBTQ agenda with this guy, same guy, talking points. Yes, sir, I understand if that's how you feel. Guys, I will ask as y'all come into the channel, will y'all please be respectful? That's all I ask. I understand that we all have different opinions. You know, everybody feel how they feel about whatever they feel. But you know what I'm saying? I'm just asking that y'all be respectful. If y'all hadn't liked the video, please go ahead and double tap the screen. I'm going to keep pushing. Y'all keep the comments coming. The hearing before the Senate Judiciary Committee is the first time since July that Bondi has faced questions from lawmakers and follows a tumultuous summer for the department that included deployments of federal law enforcement to Democratic-run cities, a growing number of investigations announced into Trump's political foes, and controversial indictment of former FBI Director James Comey. So if you guys do not know, James Comey has been indicted, you know what I'm saying? And so that's what they're talking about right there. Democratic Republican leaders differ on the hearing focus. So we're going to get into the hearing, what happened at the hearing, guys, and I'm going to give you guys my analysis as we go, okay? Senate Judiciary Chairman Chuck Grassley kicked off the hearing with extensive remarks seeking to highlight instances of what Republicans have labeled weaponization of the Justice Department under the Biden administration, citing selective disclosures by FBI Director Kash Patel of the investigation into President Trump's attempt to overturn his 2020 election loss. There are indefensible acts, Grassley said. This is political fishing expedition, to get Trump at all costs. Now, what I want to ask you guys, if AG Bondi is going in front of a Senate testimony here, okay? If you guys don't know, pretty much a Senate, I mean, I wouldn't say it's like a trial, but I mean, they're grilling you. I know you guys have seen that on TV, or if you guys are on here, you guys are somewhat familiar with politics. So AG Bondi's going up there basically to get grilled, but the story starts off talking. And I think this is so important. And yes, it's news, man. It's news, it's current. So I don't have talking points, but I'm going to tell you basically the facts. And the facts is with this president, unlike other Republican presidents, this president feel like that President Biden weaponized the Justice Department, and we all know what happened with President Trump. So I think that's a big deal in this situation. Do you guys agree? Look, you could call it retaliation, you could call it retribution, and I'm not sticking up for President Trump or none of his actions. But I'm just saying, I think it's just funny that ABC, they start the news story off with the Senate Judiciary Chairman Chuck Grassley saying that, hey, man, y'all don't forget what happened to President Trump. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's big. And yes, we do need to keep talking about that. Specifically, Grassley singled out a timely disclosure by the FBI on Monday that showed former Special Counsel Jack Smith's investigation at one point sought limited phone toll records of several Republican senators around the time of the January 6th attacks on the U.S. Capitol, okay? As part of the investigation, Smith extensively investigated Trump and his allies' pressure campaign on lawmakers to block the certification of former President Joe Biden's election win, including calls that are made to senators after the Capitol was breached by a pro-Trump mob. There's no indication that Republican senators were a target of Smith's investigation, and the tolls sought by investigators will not include any information about the content of the conversations that they might have had. We're pointing all of this out. Yeah, Chuck Grassley, we're talking about AG Bondi. You know what I'm saying? AG Bondi up here to testify in front of the Senate. That's what I thought we going to be talking about, but we're talking about what happened to President Trump. That's how Chuck Grassley started the hearing. We want it to end right now, whether we have Republican or Democratic administrations. That right there, man, I take my hat off to Chuck Grassley like that, Senator Grassley. And that's what Ghostwriter been preaching is unity, and I know it's going to be hard. But to hear Republican senators say, hey, we don't care if it's President Trump, what they did to President Trump, we don't want to do that no more. I mean, if you a Democrat, you on the left, you like Ghost, you straight crazy. That man committed straight crimes. He's a straight criminal. He deserves to go to jail. That's not how they view it on the right, obviously. You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem that we have. The President Trump's his aura, his demeanor, his presence, his everything as a political figure and as a president has caused the most controversy. I think Republicans and Democrats can agree on that. So I'm saying once we get past President Trump, what Senator Grassley is saying is if we have another candidate that steps up that's similar to President Trump, we don't want this to never happen no more. You know what I'm saying? Grassley made no mention of recent directives from Trump to have the Justice Department act now to carry out prosecutions of his political foes or other instances of alleged politicization, during Bondi's tenure that have led to sources of departures of longtime career officials who have sounded alarms about the department being used as a tool of political retribution. Our President Trump is saying that, hey, they did this to me, why I can't do it to them? That's what Senator Grassley is saying. I know you guys have heard this before, and I know you guys have heard me say this before, and you might not have, but Senator Grassley has said that before, and he's going to say it again. If you say, listen, if I'm just giving you news or if I'm just giving you current news, that's one thing. But if we're talking about a situation that is constantly playing out, James Comey just got indicted. President Trump ain't finished. He looking to indict more people. So yes, we're gonna keep. So if someone else gets indicted, if Letitia James gets indicted, I'm gonna come on here. We gonna talk. You gonna hear some of the same things. That's what I'm saying. Because we're talking about the same things. Ranking Democratic member Dick Durbin said in his opening statement, assaulted the Trump administration for the conduct in Chicago, a city in which Durbin represents. Here we go. As President Trump turns the full force of the federal government on Chicago and other American cities, the assault on the city I am proud to represent is just one example of how President Trump and Attorney General Bondi shut down the Department of Justice even before the president's party controlling the White House, Senate, and House of Representatives shut down the government, Durbin said. The Attorney General has systematically weaponized our nation's leading law enforcement agency to protect President Trump and his allies and his opponents. And sadly, the American people, you purged hundreds of senior career officers since you first appeared before us, he added. So they getting at AG Bondi. If you guys have not seen it, it's one table and it's in front of a panel of senators and they take turns and they grill her. They ask her questions. Durbin listed various controversies. This is what we're talking about this morning. For critics of Bondi's Justice Department, what she did wrong, Senator Durbin. The closed investigation into border czar Tom Homan. Oh! We're going to start right there. They said that Tom Homan took a bag of cash, like 50 racks, if I'm not mistaken. Like people were trying to, I guess they're trying to get influence or whatever with President Trump. And if you don't know Tom Homan, he's a part of President Trump's cabinet. He the border czar. And they said he took $50,000 in cash. And they said AG Bondi closed that investigation. AG Bondi, baby, I'm here to protect you this morning. That's what I'm here to do. Real talk. I seen her performance yesterday with those senators, and I think she did a great job. She's a fighter. She's an accomplished career litigator. So I feel her pain. But what I want to say is that Tom Homan situation, man, I know you closed the investigation in it, but I don't think that situation's over. The Democrats they're going to pick that back up when they get some power. I promise you that. Because I'm saying if you investigate James Comey, we're going to get into some more stuff that she was talking about potentially investigating. And crimes that are crimes, I ain't saying to investigate the crimes, but yeah, you closing the investigation of something that really looks funny on the surface. Yeah, let Tom Homan have a chance to defend himself in court. But I'm saying, like, if he did take the bag of cash that they're accusing him, and they have pretty solid evidence that he did. Like, he did. I don't understand, why wouldn't you prosecute him? if he did that. If you don't prosecute him, at least fire him. And do what Joe Biden did, President Trump, give him a pardon. But I'm saying keeping them in the position and protecting them, that right there is suspect. I have to call that out. The Eric Adams case being dropped. Now, that right there, in my opinion, you asking my opinion, I don't really think that's too suspect. I think that's like a judgment call. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the charges that they have on had on Eric Adams was pretty solid, but I'm just saying, you bringing those charges at that time, in my opinion, that's just looking like that could be like political conduct. It could be. It might not have been, but it's still a judgment call. A lot of times in the law, when the judge makes a decision, it's a lot. That's why he's on the bench, because it's judgment. It's up to him. You see what I'm saying? So I'm saying her in that position as the AG, however she got there, she's there. That's a judgment call for her. I'll give her that. Okay? The hiring of a January 6th defendant who attacked MPD officers, I don't know about that one either, AG Bondi. And the handling of the Jeffrey Epstein files, that I want to talk about today, and the case against James Comey. I think the list will grow longer and longer. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. Yeah, it has to. How can it not? How can it not? If President Trump is telling her to prosecute Letitia James, you know she's going to go after her. Or she'll go after her. She's going to go after somebody to satisfy President Trump. She's in an impossible position. Okay? Now, what I'm saying is as she going after Democrats and President Trump, like Adam Schiff, her and Adam Schiff was face to face. So what I'm saying is, as she going after President Trump's enemies, the Democrats are going to keep finding bags of cash that came up from President Trump. You see what I'm saying? Listen, what I'm saying is, whether you are a Republican or a Democrat, you have done something wrong. You have done something improper or something questionable. Republican or Democrat, you a politician. I could tell you that for a fact. So what I'm trying to tell you guys is, right now is that the Democrats, they just gonna keep looking for dirt on the Republicans and and Trump's cabinet. And it's just a back and forth thing. I don't see what Senator Grassley said to start the stream off. Republican or Democrat, we want this to stop. We want some unity. How we get unity in America to start with, it's got to start at the top. Am I right or wrong? How you going to look down and look, at the top, they're not even looking down and telling the people at the bottom to unify. You know what I'm saying? At the top, they looking down and saying it's their fault. And the other side, of course, what they gonna say? It's their fault. I'm saying what Senator Grassley said is that President Trump, this is what you need to do. If you want this to stop, I understand that you need justice. You want justice, you seeking justice, and I understand that. But what I'm saying, if you want this to stop, who's gonna stop it? President Trump, if you don't stop this, then who's gonna stop it? President Trump, if Don Jr. becomes president next 4 years, you know what's going to happen. They're going to be on his head top. They're going to try to take everything that they couldn't get on you. They're going to put it on him. They'll probably try to prosecute you after you get out of office. They'll probably try to, you see what I'm saying? So I'm saying, if I'm President Trump and I want it to stop, the only way it's going to stop is by me stopping. Because I'm saying all the Democrats in power that you go after, James Comey was a former FBI director. He plugged in, that boy connected. I'm telling you, he big ops. They at your neck. They looking for anything wrong y'all done. Durbin listed various controversies, okay? And you know he upset about sending troops to Chicago. The mayor of Chicago beefing with President Trump. I'm talking about hardline beefing. And I'm saying, like, if you in the environment, listen to me. How many of y'all, I know we older, but I'm saying the younger ones, y'all play Grand Theft Auto or you play all these games with this violence. Imagine being a character in this game, and if you don't have violence, if there's not violence, you have a political leader on this side of the aisle, and you have another political leader. This is the mayor of Chicago saying that he is writing executive orders to ban federal agents from certain places. And he's coming out publicly. And he's pushing his city and the citizens of his city to be against the president of the United States. And while he's doing that, what I want to let you guys know is there's some citizens who probably agree with President Trump. They probably like, nah, Chicago is violent. Nah, we do need troops. Nah, Ghost said the troops ain't coming in here to arrest people and shoot at people. They coming in here to try to fix homelessness and feed people. Send them troops in here. There's some people, but you know what though? You can't be vocal about that. That mayor is not going to go with that. That's what I'm saying, bro. You don't understand what the controversy, the house divided house. So if you got a Grand Theft Auto mentality, where at the top you got political leaders, they like Bloods and Crips in Chicago. Who the gangster? Who the Crips? They like Bloods and Crips. You know all that violence, them gangs in Chicago. So you got the president of the United States versus the mayor, the Bloods versus the Crips. I'm saying with all that going on, you in Grand Theft Auto, you wonder about why we having political assassinations. The back and forth, the arguing. That's what I'm saying, man. We ain't gonna never get to no unity with that. Never. And see, me, I'm not blaming nobody. I'm not gonna blame President Trump. I'm not gonna blame the mayor. I see where President Trump's coming from, and I see where the mayor's coming from. I see where both of them coming from. I'm just saying, why you can't sit down at a table and work it out? That's what I'm saying. I'm saying, like, you know, he the mayor of Chicago and he a Democrat. He don't like you. And you know, he the president of the United States. I'm saying Chicago, the mayor said he works with ATF. I guess ATF is the organization that he works with. But President Trump, you were in charge of ATF. Y'all could work something out, man. You could find some common ground. There's common ground to be found with Democrats and Republicans. You see what I'm saying? And all I'm saying is AG Bondi is right in the middle of it. If somebody ever come for you, if a powerful person ever comes for you, how they gonna come for you is with the police department. Those are the men with the guns. AG Bondi is the top cop in the United States. So if she want to get Letitia James, what she got to do? Would President Trump want to get Letitia James? What he got to do? AG Bondi got to get her. Anybody, all the Democrats, that's why this is important. This ain't no same talking point. This is not no same talking point. We talking about lives at stake. People going to jail. And in my opinion, the more Democrats go to jail, the higher the chance is for political violence. What they need to do is, and you know, you can get a lot of information from watching ghost streams. You know what I'm saying? What they need to do is, this real important, guys, listen up, if you guys are in the policy making. What they need to do is they need to have a threat level. If we want to, these people getting killed, politicians and political people, you need to have a threat level, just like they had overseas in the Gulf Wars. Or during the times of terrorism. Y'all remember that? Threat level on high threat level, right after 9/11. The threat level needs to be on high when you arrest a Democrat, man. Because if you going after Antifa, you know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about listen, bro, I'm going to get back to the news. This point right here is just so poignant. You talking about President Trump is saying that Antifa are domestic terrorists. So I'm saying, if that's the case, then why wouldn't the governor, I'm talking about President T, I understand where you coming from, baby. Give me. I feel where you coming from. But I'm saying, if I'm just a regular person, get where I'm coming from, President T. Get where Ghost coming from. Get where the voice of the independents, because a lot of independents gonna feel like this. If I'm just looking at this situation, and I'm not a Republican, I'm not a Democrat, I'm an independent. You see what I'm saying? I like President Trump, and then I like President Obama too. There's a lot of people just like me in America. Raise your hand wherever you at right now if you like me in America. It's a lot of people like me. Now, say you one of those types, okay? here's my whole situation. If I look at this, I'm thinking in my mind, President Trump said Antifa is a terrorist organization. Now, I have seen some rallies with people with Antifa shirts on who did some things that I would say despicable, but I've seen some rallies with people with Proud Boy shirts on, Proud Boy shirts, who did despicable things too. So you saying that Antifa is a terrorist organization. So I'm thinking, okay, we got a terrorist organization and they just chilling in Portland, Oregon, just chilling. Like you got ISIS in Portland. You see what I'm saying? So I'm thinking in my mind, and what I think most regular independents gonna think in their mind is, why would the governor of Oregon try to protect ISIS if President Trump trying to come get ISIS out there in the community? You see what I'm saying? He sued the Trump and me trying to block him. They blocking him. President Trump getting up there announcing, oh, I'm sending troops to Oregon. They file a lawsuit immediately. Oh, no, they can't come. I don't see no unity, man. And I'm saying this atmosphere is the place for political violence. Crazy people sitting on the sidelines, on President Trump's side or on the Chicago mayor's side. I'm saying, like, that's how stuff get drummed up. And keep it drummed up. What has taken place since January 20th, 2025 would even make Nixon recoil. This is your legacy, Dick Durbin talking to President Trump. Senators grilled A.G. Bondi on closed Holman investigation. This right here I want to talk about, because I don't understand this. But I'm going to tell y'all, A.G. Bondi wasn't having it. Y'all finna see. Y'all wasn't finna see. She is a distinguished litigator. They were coming at her, and she was getting at them. And what you gotta understand is she the head dog in charge. Yeah, she look, if she going after FBI director, going after a senator, ain't nothing either. Y'all gonna see it here in a second. She could have them cuffs put on you, boy. And she was going head to head with him. Y'all ain't finna little boy me. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to just say this, though. I could tell y'all 1,000%. The lawyers are the first people who get it. That's what I'm trying to tell Stephen Miller. Like, you would be the first person they're going to come after. What happened to every lawyer who protected President Trump almost? Almost. Michael Cohen, the big one's gone. Rudy Giuliani, gone. They're going to be the first to get it. That's your defense is your lawyer. That's your strong man. So I'm saying A.G. Bondi, a lawyer, if the Democrats win, you know what I'm saying, they're going to be headhunting, though. You know what I'm saying? They grill her on the Holman investigator. Let's talk about that. So Senator Mazie Hirono from Hawaii, she a Democrat also. She pressed Bondi on Tuesday on whether Bondi personally approved closing the investigation. Ms. Bondi, do you approve closing the Holman investigation? She asked. Senator Hirono, as I stated earlier, the Department of Justice and the FBI conducted a thorough investigation and found no credible. She a lawyer. Ghost's a lawyer too. So this the thing. If you don't know how to watch them words with a lawyer, she gonna talk you down. And she gonna prove you wrong, and you gonna sound stupid because she gonna say the same thing she said right now. But if you're not listening to her, you gonna be like, oh man, she said they ain't find no evidence. Here goes some evidence. This what she said. The FBI conducted a thorough review and found no credible evidence. Credible. So what's credible evidence? Well, that's another judgment call. So she gonna say that, hey, we investigated them and we didn't find anything that we thought was a big deal. And you know, if they in office for 4 years, Tom Homan, a law person, you know, he probably talked to Cash Patel. That's just the nature of his job. He probably talked to every alphabet agent in America and Attorney General Bondi. So I would think if I was Tom Homan and if I did do something wrong and if it was some evidence, it wouldn't be no evidence no more after. You feel me? She said they looked And they didn't find no credible evidence. If you guys have not liked the video, I ask that y'all double tap the screen, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all hit that notification bell. Also, guys, one last thing, guys. Everyone's welcome in this stream. I just ask that you guys be respectful to others. I welcome Republicans, Independents, and Democrats. Jump down in the comments and let your voice be heard. One last thing, we do have to pay the bills. I don't have no sponsors. I'm not taking no money from anyone. So if you guys want to donate to the channel, super chats, super stickers, super thanks, they start at 99 cents. Or if you want to start a conversation, have your comment highlighted, hit the button with the $ in it, and your donations are much appreciated. Also, guys, channel memberships are $2.99. If you guys want to become a member of the channel, man, that's the best way. I would say if you want to donate, just get that channel membership. It's only $2.99. You don't have to renew it every single month if you don't want to. You could just do it one time. Hit that $ button for me, guys, and your donations are much appreciated. What you guys think? What you guys think? So Laura Vacco says no one asked Bondi to look at it. Congress said hand it over. What you mean? No one asked Bondi to look at what? The files? BB says token of the same coin. Roger said I was a big MAGA fan until babies getting terrorized. American babies, why can't they show compassion for our babies? I think he might be trolling. So guys, let's keep on going. So her no then pressed Bondi over the department's renewal of dozens of prosecutors who worked on investigations involving President Trump and the January 6th attack on the Capitol. Bondi shot back. I'm not going to discuss personal matters with you. Her concluded her questioning by accusing Bondi of deliberately politicizing the department, turning it from the Department of Justice to the Department of Revenge and Corruption. Guys, look, what Senator Grassley said is just playing ever so more important right now. That's why he started off that hearing with that. And although he started the hearing off with that, ABC News didn't have to start their story with that, but they started their story with that because that's the whole, and we'll talk about this 1,000 times, the Department of Revenge and Corruption. The Department of Justice is politicized, point blank, period. A political arm of the White House. It should not be. It should have been an independent arm. That's what it was meant to be. That's not what it is right now. But it's just kind of hard for you to tell me that a president, listen to me now, a president who was indicted 5 times, who indicted him? It was the Justice Department. That's what, listen, when the Democrats continually chased after President Trump. Listen to me. What I'm finna tell you, I'm telling you, I'm giving you the whole picture. Moving forward for all of you, this is what Senator Grassley trying to say. When the Democrats intentionally chased after President Trump and then they charged him and indicted him, you just lit a fire. That's all that happened. A fire was lit. So now President Trump gets in office, and guess what he gonna do? The same thing they did. So when the Democrats get back in office, guess what they gonna do? The same thing. You get it? Bloods and Crips. That's why sometimes our actions, look, in the court, in the legal field, we call it precedent. When a judge makes a ruling on a case, if we see that case or those similar circumstances in another case, then we gonna go look at what the judge said on that last case. That's President. Oh, my baby, Lori Walsh. Look at my girl, man. Thank you, baby, with that those memberships. That's what I like right there, bro. Those memberships. I love those memberships, man. Thank you so much. She says, Ghost, I miss you. I miss your face. Thank you, sweetheart. I miss your gorgeous face, too. And I miss you being down in the stream. If you guys want to donate to the channel, y'all could do what just Miss Lori did. She came in giving. I appreciate that. Love you guys so much. If y'all have not liked the video, make sure you double tap the screen. So if you're on a cell phone, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all hit that notification bell. This is what I'm saying. Oh, Miss Lori, she's still at it. Rock Fresh. My boy Rock Fresh, what's happening, my guy? Rock Fresh is now a member of the channel, man. I appreciate the love, Miss Lori. You know what I'm saying? You guys, those channel memberships, they start at $2.99. That's what we doing, man. I try to hustle them channel memberships. Bro, if you guys have not seen, Ghosts have been to about 16, 17 states, bringing you guys all the content out here in the woods, in the cold, like they say. The lake's down there. I want to go to the lake, but we won't have a good signal. What's the point of showing you some gorgeous lake and you can't really see it that good? You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm here. But I'm saying I'm still going to New York City next, and I'm going to be in New York City streaming, bringing y'all content. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying I've been doing this, bro. Ain't nobody giving me no money. Interviews, talking to people, or nothing. The money I get comes from Miss Lori. It comes from A New. It comes from people like you. Regular people, man. And that way I could keep giving y'all the truth, the facts. No slant on my opinions. And that's why I say if we ever gonna unify, somebody's gonna have to stop and be the bigger person. A lot of stuff that's going on in America, we deal with it in our communities. That's what I'm saying. Oh, Miss Lori with that $5. Look, my baby, she in here blessing me today. Thank you, sweetheart. Everybody, I got 120 people in the stream. I want to see all of y'all go over to Miss Lori's donation, and y'all like Miss Lori's donation. She said she had bladder cancer, so she been recovering, but still here goes. Thank you, baby. Just take your time. You see what I'm saying? I know you rocking with me. I know a lot of people who rock with me, sweetheart. Like, you know, they don't do politics like I do. It's like I'm constantly talking politics. What I do is the law. I have cases. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I could come up here and talk about cases or talk about litigation, but I mean, most people, that's not something that interests them, politics. So we talk politics every single day. That's what we do. And Miss Lori says she got mad love for Big Ghostwriter. Thank you, sweetheart. And I know a lot of people do. I appreciate that. And I appreciate your support. You've been one of my day one supporters. And I thank you so much. If you guys have not liked Miss Lori's donation, please go like her donation. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all hit that notification bell. Miss Lori, I'm just talking about just how, look, I understand. And I'm trying to be as neutral as possible. I understand the position President Trump has, but somebody is going to have to be the bigger person, regardless of why the Democrats started off. And I'm not going to say regardless, because President Trump, you should know how you was coming. How you coming with all that chaos. You know they going to get at you. That's politics. But I'm saying they got at him so hard that he couldn't let that go. And now he coming at them and he don't realize. You don't see it. Because we get in that situation and you don't realize, but I'm telling you, I see this. I'll take you to the south side of Chicago. This happens all the time. He killed my brother. He killed my brother. Listen, I could go in the Bible and I could get a scripture to tell you how I can avenge that, regardless of what no law say. If you was a Muslim, you could go to the Quran. On every language in every nation, there's going to be some rule to say you can avenge your brother's blood. So regardless of what the law say, I'm finna spin on him. I got my gun, and I go over there, bam, 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 oops. I shot the dude who shot my brother, but I made a mistake too, and then I shot somebody else. And so when you shoot somebody else, guess what? That person you shot, he got a brother. He got a cousin. So he coming back. That's what I'm saying. You guys got to realize this Bloods and this Crips with the Republicans and the Democrats. Somebody got to be the bigger person and say, hey, man, we going to stop it right here. I know I want to go investigate Letitia James. I know I want to investigate this person. I know I want to, but we going to stop this right here. Somebody has to be the bigger person. Somebody. I just don't think, maybe, look, this is just me speculating. Maybe if it wasn't for the assassination attempt on President Trump, maybe it could have stopped. But because of that, I just don't see it stopping anytime soon. That's just my opinion. And another heated exchanges at the hearing. AG Bondi reacted with outrage as she accused Senator Peter Welch, a Democrat of Vermont, of suggesting she was lying as she evaded questions about the investigation into Holman. First of all, is there a tape that has audio and video of the transfer of the 50,000? Welch asked. You will have to talk to Director Patel about that, Bondi replied. Talk to the investigator. I'm the lawyer. He said, no, I'm talking to you. She said, well, I don't know the answer. He said, you do know the answer. What you guys think? You think she know? If you ask Ghost personally, AG Bondi, I think you know if it was a tape. I think you know, sweetheart. I think you know. But I'm saying, like, I would say she a lawyer, bro. She got a directive, and you know what lawyers do. She's doing what a lawyer does. That's what she is. An accomplished lifetime career, a politician. I'm just being real. Miss Lori said there is a video, and Miss Lori, if you listen, I heard that story about Tom Holman. And if you ask me that story on the surface, that was the worst mistake President Trump and AG Bondi made. Worst mistake. Because you could protect him. I'm saying, what's the statute of limitations for what he did? That's my question. If the Democrats take over in 2026, they investigate that. I can promise you. If that Miss Lori, they take over in 2026, they investigate that. If the Republicans are, let me say this, if a Democrat becomes president in 2029, Tom Holman going to jail. I say even if he wasn't guilty, he'd have a chance to speak for himself. But I'm saying that they did it to James Comey because he said some words, he lied. You saying this man took $50,000 in cash? Oh, yeah, bro. Oh, yeah. Miss Lori, I think that was one of the biggest mistakes that AG Bondi and President Trump made, to not at least have a public show of investigation. I would at least had a show. Oh, we investigating Bondi. They probably did come out and say that, but I'm saying I don't think it wasn't satisfying enough for the Democrats. You know what I'm saying? And that's why this is happening. Don't call me a liar, Bondi said. I didn't call you a liar, Will said. They going back and forth. Bro, if y'all have not watched that congressional hearing, you can see it on YouTube right now. AG Bondi, bro, she was giving them head. And what's up, Patrick? Legal Warriors. What's up, baby? Hey, all my people in the stream, man, y'all make sure y'all double tap that screen for your boy Big Ghostwriter. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell. Miss Holman said that Holman is corrupt as heck, and man, it's looking like that. I hadn't heard nothing about him, but I'm saying you take a $50,000 bag of cash, they not making that stuff up on you. They're not picking you to say you took $50,000. If they said you took $50,000, Miss Lori said there's a tape. Oh yeah, bro. Like that's what it is. That's what you gonna get with ghosts. I'm not gonna protect you with your wrong. That's the difference with me and AG Bondi. I ain't gonna protect nobody if they wrong. I'm gonna be fight. That's why I don't work for no. I cannot protect you if you wrong. If you wrong, you wrong. That's why I never will be a defense counsel. I feel like I could out-argue almost any attorney on the face of God's green earth. And you better ask about me, boy. But I never defend nobody. I won't defend a murderer for $1 million. I can't do it, Miss Lori. If they wrong, they are wrong. That's the whole purpose of the law. Once you corrupt the law one time, the whole bucket corrupted. Listen, if I was going to do something that I knew I was wrong, I'd be ready. See, I was in the streets, though, before. You see what I'm saying? I was in the streets before. I went to drug and alcohol, which was located in the state penitentiary, Miss Lord, before, so I understand the game. If I'm riding down the street and I got an ounce of weed on me and there's 3 people in the car and we in an illegal state, then whoever weed that is, I'm going to make that clear before they get in the car to claim that weed. If it's mine, I'm going to claim it. I learned that lesson. So if I commit a crime, I'm going to claim that crime and I'm going to stand on that. If you trying to get away with a crime, I'm talking about a hard down crime. Now, if they saying somebody lied about military service or something like that, we're going to talk about that in a second. That's a crime. That's against the law, man. But come on. We talking about a hard down crime, like you taking cash money. 50 racks. Hey, Miss Lori. Tom Holman said, hey, y'all want to talk to President T? Come get your boy Tom Holman 50 racks and I got y'all. That's too funny. She said, agree. I like the defense as well. She says, I'm 19 years sober, I only make edibles anymore for my cancer. Oh, that's too awesome, Miss Lori. You know what I'm saying? And those edibles are a good way, I would say, you know what I'm saying, to consume the THC, because THC does help people in so many ways. It's just a medicine. You know what I'm saying? Smoking it is probably the worst possible way you could consume it, just to be real with you. But Miss Lori, I hope you get well better, baby, and I'm glad to see you again. Jose says Netanyahu versus Trump. Y'all, we gonna get back into the story. It'll never be a Netanyahu versus Trump. Will it? You see, y'all, do y'all see it ever be a Netanyahu versus Trump? Netanyahu depends on the United States too much to go against President Trump. And the President Trump is a politician. That's all he is. Okay? So President Trump in a different country than Israel. Ain't no prime minister for 1,000 years. So what President Trump is doing, he looking at the polls in America and he looking at the polls in Israel. And that being said, I'd like to stand up, Miss Lori, and everyone in the stream, and I would like to announce the Israeli hostages are being released. President Trump and America has reached a deal with Israel, just like Ghost said. Ghost just told y'all this 2-3 days ago. They saying I'm a government employee. I don't work for President Trump. If they watching the Legal Wars live stream, y'all, they getting that advice for free. They ain't paying me no money. That money. That's precisely 1 hour we've been streaming. YouTube's my time. I got to get up out of here. Y'all, appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Man, I'm not sure when we're going to go live again. Y'all just keep an eye on it, man. Make sure you follow the IG page. The link is in that YouTube bio, man. You know what I'm saying? You follow that IG page and you can keep up with it more. You know what I'm saying? And the guys that keep up with us on YouTube, man, I love y'all, man. Thank y'all so much. I hope y'all enjoy y'all's day, and I'll see y'all soon, man.